Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gordon Frayne, and today we're back talking about Aerodrome Finance and is it the next Uniswap? As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below, hit that subscribe button as well, and if you want to get notified about similar videos, smash that bell notification icon, and don't forget to grab your free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It's going to be linked down below this video. There's a PDF copy. Grab it below while it's free. It is my gift to you, and let's get into the video. So we have covered Aerodrome a number of times on the channel, and if you're not already familiar, Aerodrome is the leading decentralized exchange on the Base ecosystem. And what is Base? Well, Base is a layer 2 scaling solution built for the Ethereum network and incubated by Coinbase, one of the world's leading centralized exchanges. And Coinbase is now making this move to create a layer 2 network scaling solution for Ethereum to help, have their own network similar to Arbitrum or Polygon, where they can basically onboard more people into this world of Web3 and create the infrastructure to allow people to transact in a decentralized manner. So Base, as a layer 2 scaling solution on Ethereum, is also 10 times cheaper to transact on. If you're familiar with just how high those gas fees can get on Ethereum, you will know that the biggest value add of many of the layer 2s is a much more efficient and cost-effective way to transact on Ethereum. So Aerodrome.finance, over on their website here, you can check it out yourself, the central trading and liquidity marketplace on Base. And one thing Aerodrome has been doing very well since the launch of the Base network last year is incentivizing liquidity providers to deploy capital into the Aerodrome ecosystem using their protocol. And what they're doing is they've set up an entire incentive structure where people can vote on which pools receive the most rewards week over week, epoch over epoch. And as a result of that, we've seen tremendous growth with the Aerodrome protocol and the amount of TVL entering the Base ecosystem on leading protocols just like Aerodrome. And if we come over to DeFi Llama very quickly, we can see Base is now the 6th largest protocol in terms of total value locked in the entire DeFi space. We've got almost 1.6 billion US dollars worth of total value locked on Base. And again, if we click into Base, we can see just how much growth the Base ecosystem has seen, especially, since March of this year. We saw a big uptick in TVL right up to this kind of $1.6, $1.5 billion level. And it's been pretty consistent since the middle of March of this year. Yes, we've had some peaks and troughs, but considerably larger TVL compared to the end of last year and beginning of this year. So Aerodrome is the leading #1 protocol on the entire Base network. And we can see that Aerodrome is making up about 680 million of the 1.5, 1.6 TVL in the entire Base ecosystem. And again, we can click into Aerodrome and we can see a very similar pattern, huge amount of increase in TVL ever since we hit this March time period. And we've been, dropping a little bit with the drop in price of Bitcoin, but it's been pretty consistent for the past few months for the most part. And again, with the incentive structures in place on Aerodrome and everything they're doing in terms of yield incentivization, it's incentivizing a lot of liquidity providers to lock up capital in different pools on Aerodrome because they can earn very good rewards. And we've talked about VFAT on the channel before here, but VFAT is a yield optimizer that gives us access to deploy capital into a number of these different pools on Aerodrome and on Base. You can see all of these pools here are Aerodrome specific pools. And even with pools like Ethereum and USDC, you can be earning upwards of 300% APY with concentrated liquidity. And there are even full range pools with tokens like OVN USD Plus here on Aerodrome, full range pools doing over 177% per year. So lots of very good incentives for earning excellent APRs within the Aerodrome ecosystem. And, this begs the question, Is Aerodrome the next Uniswap? And, we've talked about Uniswap multiple times on the channel. And if we jump back here into the different protocols and we look at Aerodrome, we know that Aerodrome is, essentially the largest decentralized exchange in the entire cryptocurrency industry. There's over $4.5 billion worth of total value locked on Uniswap alone. It has the deepest liquidity pools. It has the most amount of volume. But Aerodrome has been growing extremely quickly and very, very rapidly, eating into some of the market share that Uniswap has dominated over the past number of years. And I just wanted to jump back very quickly and look at what happened with the price of Uniswap back in the 2021 cycle. We saw increases in TVL with regards to many of the pools on Uniswap. And we went from this period here at the very end of November 2020, the price of Uni's token was sitting at about $1.93. And we did a 22x in price in a 6-month period from November 2020 to the 4th of May 2021. We went all the way up to $43.08 for the price of one Uni token, a 22x multiple in a 6-month period back at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. So, it's very interesting to compare and contrast, this type of growth that Uni experienced back in 2021 with what Aerodrome could potentially do over the next 6 to 12 months. One other even more extreme example was we saw the Cake token for PancakeSwap. Pancake was emerging as this incredible DEX solution on the BNB Smart Chain back in 2021 and becoming, a real competitor to Uniswap at that time for the Binance Smart Chain. And Pancake's token Cake did an even bigger multiple in a 6-month period. We went from a 48 cents price to over $40 in a 6-month period. So Cake did an 85x in a 6-month time period. So I wanted to just compare and contrast how some of these DeFi DEX tokens performed back in 2021 and, the potential for what AERO could do, in the next 6 to 12 months. As always, this is not financial advice, but it is interesting just to see, when these DeFi tokens do run, they run hard. And if we look at AERO's price today, we've had a significant drawdown over the past few months. Obviously, since Bitcoin put in these all-time highs back in March, we saw many of the alts rally in the aftermath of Bitcoin following in its footsteps. And then as Bitcoin retraced, so too did much of the altcoin market. And we saw AERO going from above $2 all the way down to the current price. We're at 68 cents, but we did even go as low as 42 cents here at the kind of beginning of July here and spiked down at the beginning of August with the unwind of the Japanese yen carry trade that we saw happen. But as you can see, we have kind of broken out of this downtrend that we were in, and it seems to have acted somewhat as support here since we broke through. We're currently sitting at the 68 cents level. AERO has had a nice week to 14 days here, managing to stay above this downwards trend line. I think we're not done yet in terms of moving in terms of price to the upside. And I do think there's a lot of upside potential for Aerodrome over the course of the next few months. A lot of different factors at play here, but one of those things being the fact that Aerodrome is the leading DEX within the Base ecosystem, and Base does not have its own native token either. So unlike tokens or other layer 2 scaling solutions like Polygon, it has its Matic token, and Arbitrum has the ARB governance token for their network. Base does not have any kind of governance token or native token for the network. And therefore, in my opinion, that kind of opens up the door for leading DEXs or, other tokens. We've talked about Brett on the channel. Brett is actually the largest token by market cap in the entire Base ecosystem. But it means that, as people want to speculate on Base as a layer 2 scaling solution, they don't have a native token to speculate on for Base itself. So don't get scammed. There is no actual Base token. But therefore, other protocols like Aerodrome or like Brett act as a proxy for you to speculate on, where you think the base ecosystem is going to go in terms of growth. And again, it just takes a minute to look at these charts, just as we were looking at a few minutes ago, for how base has been growing and how Aerodrome as the leading DEX has been growing over the course of 2024 thus far. So again, I think there's a lot of potential here for Aerodrome. It is reminding me a lot of the way that Uniswap was kind of hyped up back in the 2020, 2021 cycle. We may not see, 85Xs for AERO, just like we saw for Cake and PancakeSwap's token. But, I do think there's a lot of upside potential here. Of course, this is not financial advice. We have done price prediction videos for AERO on the channel. You can check out our Aerodrome price predictions yourself, but it's not going to surprise me if we see, a $5, $6, $7 AERO token during the course of the bull cycle, which is still leaving you potentially 8 or 10x in terms of price action to the upside from this point in time, where prices are currently sitting at about 68 cents. So, lots of upside potential, lots of positive stuff going on here. And, for me, with Coinbase rolling out their Coinbase Smart Wallet, and obviously they're going to want people to be using Base as the de facto network on the Coinbase Smart Wallet. The downstream effect of that is more capital flowing into the Base ecosystem and more capital flowing into assets like Aerodrome as a result of that. And, in my opinion, Aerodrome serves to benefit from a lot of that growth and the scaling of the Base network that we are likely to continue to see over the next 12 to 15 months. So let us know in the comments below, are you bullish on Aerodrome? Where do you think the price of Aerodrome is going to? Are you bullish on other tokens within the Base ecosystem itself? Drop us a comment below to let us know if you're holding a bag and where you think the price of Aerodrome is going to as well. Check out the other price predictions we did for Aerodrome, and we'll probably be making another AERO price prediction update very, very soon. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out the door. It is super helpful for the algorithm. And if you want to get notified about similar videos, smash that bell notification icon. And once again, don't forget to grab your free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It is linked down below this video in the description. Grab it now while it's free. It is my gift to you, and we'll catch you in the next one.